Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever the case may be in this bright and wonderful world we call home. I am your humble host, Mike Miller. This is Blacklist Universe. And today I want to take you to an alternate reality where Injustice 2, really? Has this to happen right now? I am not answering that. Alrighty. Maybe it's a sign. Maybe I shouldn't do this. You know what I'm going to do first? I'm going to read through my contract with you guys. Just the part relating to confidentiality. This is my Warner Brothers, contract for so you guys know I was paid to write a treatment or a story pitch for Injustice 2. Guys, I can hear you. Micah? So here we go. Here's the confidentiality portion of the contract. The proprietary materials and information of Warner Brothers supplied to vendor hereunder, or to which vendor gains access or from such materials and information as the result of privileged relationship. Stop. Okay? I am live streaming. I told you already. Get daddy's belt. Created by this agreement, including but not limited to the WB materials, the work, any styles, guides, artworks, designs, elements, character profiles, unpublished copyright material, release dates, marketing and promotional strategies, information about new products, properties, and characters, and the terms and conditions of this agreement constitute the proprietary and confidential information of Warner Brothers, the proprietary information. Now, here's the thing. So I'm not showing any of the stuff that Warner sent to me. I'm only going to show stuff that I sent to Warner Brothers, but Warner Brothers didn't use any of it. This stuff was from 2015, so it's 3 years old. They produced the video game in totality without using any of the stuff I sent them, and I really don't think that it's even I don't think they're ever going to use it. I'm pretty sure. I mean, they don't even answer my emails. This is kind of the weird thing. They just kind of disappeared. I'm not going to read you their emails. They were absolutely thrilled with what I had written, the concepts that I had come up with, the direction I was going, the quality of my writing. There was not a negative word to say about anything that I had produced in this entire process, which took a while. And then nothing. And then absolute dead silence. So I don't know what happened. No one will explain to me what happened. No one will tell me what happened. I am not going to speculate what happened publicly, because that could be derogatory towards the people involved, and I wouldn't do that. So on with the confidentiality agreement. Vendor will hold the proprietary information in strict confidence and will treat such proprietary information with the same degree of care it accords its own proprietary information of a similar nature. So again, none of the information they give me am I sharing. So I have, I've got info, I've got screen caps, I've got artwork that they sent me. I'm not sharing any of that. Can you turn that off, please? I swear, guys. My patience is running thin today. Reasonable care. Was I? As it accords its own proprietary information of similar nature. And in no event will it use less than reasonable care to protect such proprietary information. Right. Again, not sharing any of their stuff, only the stuff I wrote for them and I drew for them. Vendor acknowledges and agrees that the proprietary information is highly confidential and that unauthorized use or disclosure of such proprietary information will result in serious, irreparable harm for which WB Micah, you have to leave now. Just get out. Go read a book. Go do something else. Go play on the other Xbox. I don't care. Get out. That kid has no self-control. Vendor acknowledges and agrees. Highly confidential. And that unauthorized use or disclosure of such proprietary information will result in serious, irreparable harm for which WB's remedies at law would be inadequate. Nope, nothing I'm going to show is going to cause any irreparable harm to a video game that they already produced and has made bazillions of dollars, and with for which they did not use any of my material. So, among other damage, unauthorized use or disclosure of the proprietary information will 1. Damage WB's carefully prepared marketing strategies. Nope, marketing's already done. 2. Reduce interest in the WB materials. Not even possible. 3. Make unique or novel elements of the WB materials susceptible to imitation or copying by competitors, infringers, or third parties prior to WB's release of information or materials. Nope, because the information materials, the video game, came out last year. So impossible for me to breach that. Damage WB's proprietary protection in undisclosed or unpublished information or materials. Damage their protection, undisclosed or unpublished information. Well, they're not going to, it can't be used because they've already gone ahead with the thing. So I don't see how that's even possible. Provide unauthorized third parties with materials capable of being used to create counterfeit, unauthorized merch, blah, blah, blah. Nope. Also no. Also no. Anything they want to counterfeit, they can counterfeit from the actual game. Nothing I drew is canon. Accordingly, vendor acknowledges and agrees that if any such unauthorized use or disclosures occur, WB will be entitled, in addition to any other remedies available to it at law or in equity, to it at law or in equity, to the issuance of injunctive or other equitable relief without having to post bond. Yeah, so far I'm fairly certain there's nothing I can say or do that would stop injustice to the video game from being a worldwide global success, because it already is, and we are like quite a ways away from this contract and this exclusionary cause. Except as expressly approved in writing by WB, vendors shall not reproduce or use the proprietary information and shall not discuss, distribute, disseminate, or otherwise disclose the proprietary information or the substance or contents thereof in whole or in part, in its original form or in any other form, with or to any other persons or entity other than vendors' employees, third parties who have executed a contributor's agreement in the form attached hereto as Exhibit C, or other legally binding agreement containing terms consistent with and no less restrictive than the terms of contributors' agreement. All such employees and third parties shall be given access to the proprietary information on a need-to-know basis. Further, notwithstanding any contained in this agreement to the contrary, either party to this agreement and its representatives may disclose to any and all persons without limitation of any kind the tax treatment and tax structure of the transactions contemplated by this agreement and all materials of any kind, including opinions or other tax analysis that are provided to it relating to such tax treatment and tax structure. I'm so glad I'm not a lawyer. Here's the part where, yeah, I don't know what the term would be. So express approval by writing in Warner Brothers shall not reproduce proprietary information. Well, it's not the stuff that they wrote. It's the stuff that I wrote that they're not using. Am I opening myself up to a lawsuit by showing this? Made for higher intention of the parties. Sole exclusive right on materials and work is the essence of this agreement. Yeah, this is all this stuff. Warner Brothers does own this stuff that I'm planning on sharing. I don't know. I got any lawyers in the audience? Let's see. Stop screen sharing. real quick here. Let's see what you fellas in the chat think. Should I go ahead and read this treatment, which is not, and it's literally impossible for them to use my story now. I mean, unless they did some sort of an Elseworlds, but they're not going to do an Elseworlds of an Elseworlds, right? So, I mean, how? Supposed to be able to see the longest blood moon tonight in Britain. Oh yeah, blood moons. Is this legal live chat? No, this is me trying to figure out if I'm going to get into any trouble by sharing. Don't do it, Mike. If they own it, it's proprietary. Talk to a lawyer. Don't understand why you're doing this. Because it's such a great freaking story. You know what? I'm gonna shoot my I'm gonna shoot WB Ben Abernathy and who's my Jim Chadwick. All right. Injustice 2 legal question. Guys, I want to share the treatment I wrote for Injustice 2, which WB and Nether Realms did not use. Can I? Thanks, Mike. They usually get back to me really quick, so it could be during this stream. Nasser, no, I did not back Stardust. I don't like horror stuff, so I mean nothing against your book personally. Just not a horror guy. So you know, it is entirely possible there are more than one Mike S. Millers in the world. Let's go to Ben Abernathy's office and ask him in person. Doesn't matter if I ask him in person. I need it written, so I need an email back saying yes. And Ben usually gets back to me like super quick, so we'll hopefully find out shortly. But yeah, man, it's a really great story. I spent a lot of time with you know, working on this thing. They see the way it happened was that you know, Injustice 1, I was still working on Injustice 1. I knew they were planning on doing an Injustice 2. And so I had this idea. I was like, you know what you could do to do foundational concept for Injustice 2? And so every time I was in Chicago in an event, inevitably, someone from NetherRealms would come to my booth and tell me they're from NetherRealms, tell me that they work on Injustice or worked on Injustice or whatever. And so I would pitch them, every single one of them. I'm like, I have great idea for Injustice 2. And so every single one of them, I was like, all right, so it's 15 years later. Batman is president of the United States. And oh wait, this is a problem with work for a hire contract. All your idea or company IP property. I know, but they can't ever use it. So okay, Batman's president of the United States. He is Martha Kent just passed away, and so he is giving Superman, who has, you know, been in prison for 15 years, had time to think about what he's done. He's got they're trying to rebuild this relationship. And so he allows Superman to go to the funeral of his mother. And, you know, they're talking and they're discussing the problems. And of course, Lois's grave is right next to to Jonathan and Martha's graves. And it's like, Um, or maybe both of them died. I don't remember. It was a while ago. I wrote that, like, yeah, Batman was president. Well, not Batman, but Bruce Wayne, because everyone knows he saved the world from Superman. So, um, and anyways, they're talking and they're getting really deep, and Batman turns, or Superman. They're talking about, like, death and where people have gone, where they died, and they start talking about Lois, and Superman says, Lois isn't here. And Batman says, no, she's in a better place. And then Superman turns to him and says, Lois isn't here. And he blasts the ground where her grave is and, like, rips open the coffin, and it's empty. Dun, dun, dun. And then slam, cutscene. Ra's al Ghul's castle. A young 15-ish, 15-year-old, no, 20-year-old, he would be 20 at this time, boy with black hair and blue eyes is practicing against Red Hood, training in Ra's al Ghul. Well, basically, that was my thing, is like young, yeah, soup. So obviously, Ra's al Ghul raised Lois and the baby in the Lazarus pit, brought them back to life, and this becomes the cornerstone of the Injustice 2 story, right? So I'm there pitching that every time somebody from NetherRealms comes by my table. And then finally the writer, or one of the writers at NetherRealms, comes by, and I'm like asking, I told him this story, and he's like looking at me, and he's like, well, we don't take outside unsolicited pitches. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's how it is. And so I was like, well, I guess that's that for that story. But later, I don't remember, it was maybe like a week or two later, I get a call from, like, the head of NetherRealms, and he's like, hey, I think it was Adam Urbano, and he's like, Mike, I just heard your pitch. one of like the animators or something told him my pitch, and he's like, we love it. He's like, we've been struggling to find an angle that makes sense for Injustice 2, and we just haven't been able to come up with anything good. He's like, and this is freaking awesome. So, I want to get you on contract and pay you to write out the entire story, for for Injustice 2. And I was like floored. I was like, you could have, knocked me over with a feather. I was so blown, because it was like, writing a video game is like huge. It would have been like career changing, right? So I sat down and I wrote and I wrote and I wrote, and I talked to him, and I talked to their other creative guys, and they were sending me artwork that they had already done, because they were trying, like he said, they were trying to come up with ideas. So they were doing, like, artwork and prelim stuff that, with no story, right? Just like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if this character came out of here? I can't even say it because it's proprietary. But just a bunch of stuff, and they wanted to use, like, freaking kaijus, and then just all this different artwork that they sent me, because they were trying to come up with an idea. And he, like, falls in love with my story. And then I, working with him, I start sending him, like, artwork. I start sending him my pitch, or working through my pitch, working through different ideas, and then we tailored it all together. I wrote the treatment out, and he loved it. He's like, throwing his writers under the bus. He's like, this is freaking, just absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it. I think, yeah, then he's like, well, we have to go, the next stage is pre-production. I mean, literally, he's like, the next stage is pre-production, like, as if this is, we're here and we're go to pre-production with your story. That's how it sounded to me. Maybe I was wrong, but And he's like, so you probably won't hear anything for a couple months because we'll be doing blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay. So I was chill with that. A couple months went by. A couple more months went by. A couple more months went by. I email. Nothing. Persona non grata. I don't know what happened. I don't know who changed their mind. I don't know anything because I was completely in the dark. So yeah, that's why I want to read it. I want to read it, and I want Ben Abernathy to write me back right now and tell me that it's okay. So you guys think I'll be opening myself up to some legal trouble if I do? Superman did nothing wrong. Make Metropolis great again. Breaking news: 2 worms frozen in Siberia permafrost for 42,000 years thawed out and are alive. What else is in the permafrost of Siberia? Nemesis to the human race, perhaps. The games industry is like that. They always make last-minute changes like that, unfortunately. And I'm fine with that. I would have been fine with them saying they didn't want to do it. I mean, to me, they did with Injustice. They just picked up from the end of Injustice 1, right? Rather than letting any time essentially go by. It seems like had that been the case, a simple email that, oh, we went another direction, or we wanted to, one of our writers came up with a pitch that WB likes better. I don't care what it was. An answer to a freaking email would have been nice. And like nobody on the team responded to me. So I don't. You guys speculate. I'm gonna not speculate because my mind goes to deep dark places. So yeah. Well, geez, now I feel like if I don't write it, if I don't read it, I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to make a phone call while I'm talking to you guys. But what if I never hear anything back? You should stop. Wanted to watch Blood Moon tonight in the UK, but can't see it for clouds, so watching a huge lightning storm instead. You're only making yourself vulnerable if someone in WB Games has something against you and wants to burn you. That's true. Mark Wade vetoed your script. That'd be funny. Speakerphone that call. Ooh, yeah, I could do that. That'd be messed up though, huh? Let's see if I have Ben's direct email. Except I probably have to talk to someone from Warner Brothers Legal. Oh yeah, Ben never came by to see me at the con. That schlub. Ben's a really, really good guy. But it doesn't look like any of his emails have his direct phone number on them. Well, shucks. Shucks. So, ponder the positive and negative. You don't know about 3 or 4. Doxed on one day, sued the next. Not worth it. They could sue me, but what are they going to do? Take nothing. I got nothing. I got nothing for them to take, man. Do you know Ben? Sierra, I don't want you to dox yourself, but are you in the industry? Mike, my wife loves your little singing ditties and finds them hilarious. I have singing ditties? Oh, you mean just when I like start singing for no good reason? Oh, I want to read this so bad. I had it all set up. I have all the artwork that I did for them set up. Now you guys are making me second guess myself. all that Lone Star cash. Yeah, I mean, just imagine. I mean, this is good stuff. Not at all. I'm just out of control. It's always the higher ups making the final decisions. Even after it gets approved along the way, once it reaches the top, it can get rejected. Prettiest, I'm here. Your boy's being good today, Mike. Isaac's always good. Mike is the little rapscallion that makes noise and forgets that he's supposed to be quiet and just starts laughing at things on the screen. So that's called Micah. No, Isaac's really chill. Um. So okay, well, I guess I could show some more uh, artwork from Injustice. If you guys want to see more of the artwork that did make the cut, I'll put aside my Injustice Resurrection pitch for now. Make the call to the lawyer on air. That would be your permission. I don't have the numbers to WB's lawyers, though. I have the numbers to my lawyer. But yeah. All right. Oh, I got someone just contributed to my Lone Star campaign. Thank you, whoever you were. Let me I wish Ben would get back to me. Maybe Ben's out there asking legal if that's copacetic. Copacetic being a legal term for cool. Hold on a second. Let me see who I can shout if somebody just contributed. Oh, look at that. Is this visible? Cautionary Comics just picked up Lone Star for the troops. Thank you. Thank you so much. And our troops thank you. And we thank our troops. David Goyette picked up the cover A autographed perk. Okay, someone with a famous name who I can't say. $15 digital copy. I don't think it's the famous person, but he has the famous person's name. Riley Wyatt, cover A autographed. Eric Kim, digital copy. Sherry Baylog, both covers autographed. Ray Albertini, cover B autographed. Joseph Corti, cover A autographed. Okay. Well, you know what? I haven't done this in a while. Why don't we go through? No, I titled this Injustice. Let's at the very least show some. Oops, that's one of the things I guess I shouldn't be showing. Let's see. Lone Star. No, Injustice. Okay, what I can do here. No. Oh, that was yesterday. Let's grab some from. This is Injustice 2 Mike's characters. No. Desktop. Oh, I'm not screen sharing anyways, right? So you guys didn't see that. That's fine. Go to my desktop. Sorry. Oh, now I know why Zach says sorry, because he does like a pause or he doesn't say anything and then he says sorry. I understand now. Why is this so hard to find? Where's my inks folder? Inks. Sorry. Just 2 characters. Inks. This is this is the right folder. Let me just grab a handful of these and oh, that's the Mr. Knight. And year 5. Okay, here's year 5, issue 1. Let's open with. No. Let's do a quick look. Just want to make sure I don't dox myself again. What a fool. Oh, what a fool. All right, now let's get here. Let's go back here and screen share. You need to start doing like Zach, scrolling down, scrolling down. Yeah. Someone backed me last night anonymously. He whose name shall not be named. Thank you. Donald Trump backed Lone Star. Confirmed. You guys are funny. Don't let all this distract you from Lone Star, bud. I'm not. What I'm trying to do, dude, I've got probably hundreds of thousands of fans out there who don't know, well, you know, Injustice, the book fans, because these videos, these Injustice videos get hundreds of thousands, sometimes millions of views just on, you know, for people interested in the books. And I drew like a third of the books. So all of those guys out there could be watching me right now because they're obviously on YouTube. But I have 1,200 subs. So I have to find a way to reach the Injustice fans of mine who don't know that I'm here and you know, available to them. And honestly, I don't know how to do it. I don't, other than maybe I should have been doing this 5 years ago when I started Injustice and built up and then picked up those fans along the way. I mean, man, I could have back Lone Star. And so this is all part of me trying to get Lone Star maximized prior to me having to wrap it up and get it out there. So yeah, I'm not dropping the ball on Lone Star, trust me. I work in aerospace space. I just finished working test and inspection of the James Webb Space Telescope. How sweet. So then, not a flat earther. Watching lightning and blood moon in the sky here. How was SDCC, Mike? Enjoyed it. It was a lot lower than last year. It was about 50% off of last year. So yeah, I enjoyed the time. I enjoyed, you know, talking to fans, meeting some of you guys who managed to get by the booth. But yeah, financially, it was kind of a letdown. So, who gave you a copy of my Detective Dead script? How do you know about the Blood Moon? Feedback. Make the call off the air so there are no recording call issues. I don't know California law though. As your stream, you are the boss, but this is scary. Yeah, I mean, I had some butterflies in my stomach just contemplating doing this, but I think it would be great if I can get permission to do this. And I guess I'll wait until I have permission. Um, but man, it's such a great story, and I already let some of it loose on another interview I did. So I don't know if that's a problem, but I wasn't reading the script. I was just giving some of the high points. I like the Punch Hitler cover. Thank you. So do I. You need to start doing that. Going to talk about the comics that's out. The game that's out. The game that's out. Lone Star Squadron. Number 20, Keegan Hall. Number Lone Star Squadron checking in. Right on. I just printed out your shipping label, buddy. Get your point. Didn't know the full situation. Yeah, definitely tap into your fan base. Yeah, I need to find a way to reach these guys. I mean, you've got YouTube videos making probably tens of thousands of dollars off of my work, YouTube channels or whatever. Comic Storian, yeah, Comic Storian. How rich have you gotten off of my work? But he doesn't. He says he doesn't do interviews. I don't know. I'm trying to get him to do something on the Comicsgate stuff so that who do you know who is up on the legal stuff? I don't know. Get it in writing. Hi there, everyone. Hell's Bell. Hell's Bell. Hell's Bell. Hey, Mike, I started with the Hitler cover. Not a flat earther. Stuff I've made is in orbit right now. Right on. Don't forget to ask the lawyer about fair use. Maybe you can use that. Yeah, you need to start using Twitch. So I need to go to Twitch and start all over trying to build a new audience there. That was fine because it was under Creative Commons clause for review purposes during the interview. Oh, you mean what I had already said? Hey, can some of you tell what does the F mean? I see people doing it on different streams and stuff. I have no idea what the F is. Can you play the game and pitch the book to the players, letting the word spread? Yeah, that'd be like me talking to like a couple people at a time. That'd be a bit of a stretch. He could just plug you as a main artist of Injustice and ask his subs to check out your new projects. I would love that. I don't know. Means your stream is lagging. Oh, it does? Oh, okay. Yeah. Hey, Isaac, can you do something other than use bandwidth? You're watching YouTube that uses bandwidth. And can you make sure this computer is not running anything online? This one? Well, make sure it's not. Yeah, shut it all off. Shut it all down, baby. Yeah, it wasn't lagging last night. Maybe it's because it's daytime. Is the Hitler cover on a tier? I only RB. The only way right now you can get the Hitler cover, and it's not going to be published as a cover, but it will be one of the metal prints on the late bloomers tier. So your Skype sucks, freezes every once in a while. Yeah, I don't know what is going on. We're using too much bandwidth. Probably Micah. Why don't you guys go play outside or something then? It is what it is. If this stream was bigger, it would have been called the Laggy River. Stop. You have hundreds of published pages. Why risk that as potential as an additional revenue stream when you have all this published and beloved art? Just scale down YouTube vids to 480p. Watch. Da, 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 da. All right, let's see. Do I have... Maybe it's because I'm... You know what I could be doing is reading... Here, let me see something. I'm going to turn this off. Turn that off. Turn that off. So now I think the only thing I have going live, yes, is my actual this. And then I can go onto YouTube on my phone and read your stuff there instead. My channel. Live. I'm going live. And yes. Mute. Where's the mute? Is my actual. How's my mute? Where's my mute? This. Then I can go. Media down to 0. All right, top chat. All right, and then look what I got, guys. I'm going to screen share some of my art instead, and then we shall see. All right, let me see if I can blow this up. And, oh yeah, I could just hit next there. All right, F. Yes. Delete this, call. It's an accident, call it whatever you want. I'm not going to delete this. No, I didn't say anything that I wasn't saying prior to my contract ever happening. So send these comics YouTube channel some Lone Star material to look at and push. I want to see why they are avoiding you. You're less than 1% offensive as EVS. You're funny. Can you show the metal print if you have one to show us? It hasn't even been colored yet, buddy. So I'm going to have to get it colored, and then I'm going to have to get it printed. I don't know if you've seen any of the other metal prints. I've shown them in different videos. They just look gorgeous on metal. So plus it's something that you can hang, you can frame and hang rather than, you know what, I think I'm on the wrong. Yeah, it's something you can frame and hang rather than just stick in your long box or whatever. So The weekly polls due to SJW are so cowardly, might as well think you're going to go anywhere. You're too antsy about what you could have. Yes. I have to delete this call. This message held for review. Back. All right. And I don't know why this is, once again, not... Why does it do this? It's so weird. All right. Exit full screen. Enter full screen. Okay, so see, now it's clean. So weird. So weird. All right. There we go. Good now. Mike, your screen froze. I took a screenshot because you look terrified. Okay, Vaz. Have you done commentaries for your Injustice issues? Something like that that Ethan's done. That could get some of the Injustice fans. You know, I have not. I mean, I just started, you know, like a few weeks ago. So yeah. Yeah, all I did was read Warner Bros. NDA, so yeah, let's hope I get word back and I can make that happen, because it's really a cool story. I hate for it to just be sitting on a computer unheard by the world. So be honest with yourself. Comics Historian is an SJW. Comics Explained is super SJW. Comic Pop is so insulated and modded by SJWs. They might as well. There's no way they aren't ignoring this on purpose. You think so? I don't know. I don't know any of their politics. I know Comic Historian was in the military, right? So I kind of expect he's not an SJW. That's not to say you can't come out of the military and end up being an SJW, but once again, let's see, index sheet. See how this works. If I click that and then I click this again, will it go back? It's still pixelated. How frustrating. But that story back from WB, I'll tweet it to you later. Oh, wait. I'm going to frame my metal prints. Very excited. Oh, cool. Right on. Yeah, so I don't know what the case is. I don't know what the case, and I hate to cast aspersions on people that I don't know. Actually, I hate to cast aspersions anyways, but I can't just assume their motivations. I can't assume the motivations for, you know, WB and whatever not wanting to see or even responding to the other issues. It's not like the guys that, you know, my editors and stuff always respond to me, but Comic Historian was in some drama with DNC, wasn't he? I don't know. When was that? Comics Explained took shots at DNC and the community a while back. Oh, really? Really? Comics Historian is on good terms with DNC last I checked. Well, I want him to be on good terms with me. I mean, it's not like he doesn't. Oh, shoot. I think I messed this up. You know what I can do? I can open these in Photoshop and it'd be much easier to see them. So let's do that. Yeah, I mean, he responds to my messages and stuff, my DMs, but all right, get rid of that. Okay. Okay, you can see better. And this is the blue lines here. This is the cropping marks for the books. I know when kids walk in and then open the door and then walk away and leave it open. Ugh. Comic Historian, Comics Explained, Comic Pop don't do controversy or politics. If you offer them free stuff, they might plug you. Well, yeah, Comic Historian was talking about doing, and I don't want to spoil anything for him, but he was talking about doing it not so much as like a Comics Gate thing, I think, but just about how a lot of comics now are being fully funded on crowdfunding. So, and that he might be able to get me in on that kind of a story. And I'd be stoked for that because you know, he's got such a broad reach, and so many of his readers are my readers, and it would be such a great crossover, and I could get so many new fans on my channel. But yeah, thus far nothing. Um, I'm just hoping he does it prior to the end of my Indiegogo. So here's the Flash saving Superman from Doomsday, smashing him, and then getting smashed himself. Poor Flash gets smashed. I can't remember what he said. I think he was on the fence. Captain Cummings has a video on it. It's old. Weekly pull list. All I see is comic pop and explain material, and second comes out. They're absolutely all about calling garbage cool. Don't assume they are good if you don't watch their videos. I've seen some of their videos, but yeah. You need to invite Cecil. He's going to get you some subs.
I don't need to invite Cecil. Cecil's here already.
So yeah, here's my great big intro of Doomsday to the Injustice Doomsday to the Injustice comics. So yes, let me get rid of those lines. I wouldn't expect them to cover crowdfunding anytime soon. He's the one that mentioned it. So I don't know. I hope that he does, and I hope that he uses me as his resource because that would be great.
I love the Cecil impersonate. What do you mean impersonation? I'm right here next to Mike, drinking a fifth of vodka. It's delicious. It's the best. Regrets. I've had a few, but then again, too few to mention. Okay, I gotta go now. Bye, guys.
Gosh, I hate it when he shows up like that. All right, next we have this page. I can't see C-3PO. I can't say I can't be C-3PO. I can't be C-3PO. What? Is that something Cecil says? Perfect, Cecil, thanks. So here's Superman after he realizes that his super awesome prison has been broken and everyone escaped. That happened in like an annual with Plastic Man. So this is him super speeding through the water. I got goosebumps. Bagel goosebumps.
Bagel Goose here.
Let's see. So, any commentary? This is just I don't know. This was kind of fun. Doing him underwater, so his hair, you know, he's like pushing the water out of the way with his hands, but he's still, you know, flying through and stuff. So, good fun stuff. I don't want to do too terribly many pages, but and then yeah, this is the issue where like top of the panel was like a different one of the characters, and like what are they doing now? So here we go with Cyborg, and he's monitoring the entire world. I think they put different pictures in all of these, or at least they were supposed to. And then there's the Flash zooming past a barn in flyover country, they call it. So, Mike, what's your take on the scandal that Gary Shipman is actually Cecil? Shh. That's a secret. No one's supposed to know. And then here's the Flash finding some of those escaped prisoners. Let's get rid of that blue line. Yeah, so nothing particularly fancy. Mike, the man of many voices. Yeah, if you want, I can do my Christian Slater. And here's Green Lantern fighting the Parasite. I had fun. I referenced the Parasite from Ed McGuinness. I love Ed's version of Parasite. When you're just the pencil jockey for someone else's writing, how much direction do you get in terms of layouts? Layouts are all me. You know, occasionally a writer will say, you know, this panel, you know, this is the big panel, or this is the panel that, you know, should stretch all the way across the top of the thing, whatever. But honestly, I can ignore any of those directions if I want to, because I'm the director. The writer's the writer. I'm the director. I'm the cinematographer. Yeah. So yeah, I can do whatever I want. I can change it however I want. And I want to say I've seen this parasite that I drew used in other things. I think DC like clipped it out of here and might have used this. I don't know if anyone else recognizes it. But I think it was like, once in a while they'll take an image out of the comic and they'll use it for other stuff. So I would love to see those two guys in a chat with Rhoda reading the chats. Sober Cecil versus normal Cecil. Gary would be mortified by Cecil. I don't think Cecil would be Gary's cup of tea or bag of chips, however you want to phrase it. I feel like I've seen him before. Oh, Gary? Gary's got a very everyman face. Oh, the parasite. Oh, yeah. You think you've seen Gary before? Animating voices. Yeah, Christian Slater's one I've been doing a really long time. Probably since Heather's came out. It was just kind of got this knack for him. Of course, he doesn't do his voice exactly the same way anymore, but what are you gonna do? Hey, Grom, how you doing? He was trying to do a Jack Nicholson thing when he was younger, and now he still sounds like Christian Slater, but he doesn't do the Jack Nicholson thing quite as much anymore. Have you ever made a writer upset with a change in your art on a page? Don't know. Didn't hear about it. I did, at one point I did like send in some rescripting that Tom did on an Injustice page, like one of the early issues. And that's when I stopped making suggestions, basically, because I sent in a rescripting of a couple of the panels, and I explained why, and he ignored me. And then, like later on, I was like, "Did you get those things?" And he said, "Yeah, I ignored you because you were right." And they didn't change it. So, whatever. At least they changed it when I said that Harley Quinn needed to have her new costume or her old costume on, because her costume would have been blown to smithereens, like I mentioned last night. Okay, so here's Wonder Woman across the top of this one, and then talking to Hippolyta. This is where she's been. So this is kind of like leading into. Oh no, this is year 5. So I think this might have been issue 1 of year 5, kind of catching everybody up on what's happened since year 4. Oh, they used the parasite in the new CW Supergirl show. I tried to give CW Supergirl a chance. Wasn't good. It never looked good to me, and I never even gave it a chance. So thanks for confirming my initial reaction. Edwin Boyette, hello. You working hard, working, or hardly working? Edwin's always hardly working hard. Working. Wait, nope, that's not right. He's a hard working. Here's a page that took a while. So if you're a writer and you hate your artist, tell them to draw your characters in the catacombs, because that doesn't take long at all. Your expressions on the faces are great. Thank you, Keegan. I appreciate that. Yeah, so here's a series. You know what? These are like so also ran characters. I don't even flip and remember their names. Oh, that's Mirror Master, though, I think. So, yeah. The Catacombs. Thanks a lot, Brian. Brian was writing the book at this point, I think. So, some others. I got to stat a panel. I hardly ever do that. Sometimes I'll copy and paste the blue lines and then re-ink the panel so that the original page has the inks on both panels. Yeah, so much detail. Well, you can't really fake the catacombs, I mean, I guess I could have like made this all black back here, but hey, that would have been smart. How long did that page take you? Too long. All right, and so then here's Batman. Here's the vertical Batman panel, and then he's the one coming out of the shadows in the catacombs. Hey, look, I used black. Hey, look, I used more black. I think maybe after that first page, I got a little tired of drawing all these bones. Ah! Edwin Boyette, what did you have to say about a rare whale dolphin hybrid discovered off of Hawaii? Did they turn all the dolphins gay or the whales gay? And does that count as bestiality? Would a dolphin doing it with a whale count as bestiality? Things to ponder. Things to ponder. So yeah, this is Batman recruiting some villains. Oh, I think this is Weather Wizard. Is this Weather Wizard? I can't even remember, man. This has been so long since I drew this. And then fun with partially shadowed skulls and stuff. Looks like Christian Bale Batman. I'm Batman. Christian Bale. So yeah, fun with catacombs. And then we have this one, which is again the Flash, back in a nice little fight with a whole bunch of escaped super villains. The hyena catching up on him. Don't even remember who this is. Frost, Killer Frost, I think. Yeah, Killer Frost. And she Killer freezes Flash, and then freezes Hyena in the process. Whee, what fun. I'll come back, and what's this I hear about bestiality? The dolphins and the whales, the cats and the dogs. It'll be anarchy. All right, let's see what else. And then we have Superman come to tell all of the escaped villains to get back in their cages before he has to spank them. So I use Christian Bale Batman voice when shopping in the grocery store. People keep their distance. Pete Mack, could you do a whole comic read live stream better than Ethan because you could do all the voices? Hey. Yeah, like what? You want me to do an old Injustice issue or something? Stardust on Indiegogo is $68 from $6,400. We're giving Mike a run for his money. Yay! Yeah, I need to get back up. I was doing like 1,000 a day for a while, and then it dropped down to like 500 a day, and now got a nice little bump after being on Ethan's stream. But now, yeah, I don't even know where I am right now. Nightshame, how did I get here? I don't know. How did you get here, Nightshame? What did you find? How did you find us? All right, so that's everybody giving up. Flash breaking out of ice because he's freaking the Flash. So I think duct taping them? I don't remember what he used. Maybe a fire hose. Oh, yeah, fire hose. Here we go. And then rubble. Look at that. I just filled the whole panel up with rubble. Isn't that nice of me? Isn't that what you guys want to see? You want to see a teeny tiny Flash and Superman, and then just a whole bunch of rubble. Isn't that what makes comics great? Oh, you found it in your recommendations. Awesome. Well, welcome, Nightshame. We are doing good, though. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoy. Do you like Injustice? Is that what perhaps brought you over here? I am the artist, or I was like one of the main artists for Injustice for about 5 years. So that might be what the recommend was. I don't know. What are your interests, brother? I welcome you to my stream. Where is the crunchy peanut butter? Where's the crunchy peanut butter? Hey, I just got another contributor to my Indiegogo. I can't go check it out because both of my phone and my computer are in use right now. So yeah, here's that scene. I showed the last page first, but here it is. finally, Doomsday, floating in the sky, his orbit crashing to Earth. And somehow or another, his orbit is leading him. It's not like he can fly, but somehow or another, his orbit descent led him straight to Superman. I didn't write it, but I drew it as best as I could. Oh, that's the last one. You guys want me to keep going? I could grab another set of pages if you want. I do have plenty. That was just one issue. I have, 5 years worth. Congrats on reaching 31K. Yeah, thank you. Mike, you're over 31K. Nice. Mike, how exactly did you get blacklisted? The first time around? I think I might be blacklisted again. You guys want to watch it? See any Mystery Night pages? I have some here, right here. Do those too. Here, just so you guys can see that I don't just draw superheroes all the time. So let's go. So here's Sir Duncan the Tall. Spoilers for those who haven't read it, because this is page 92 of the graphic novel. Saving his own life by cracking this dude in the face. I can't remember this guy's name. What is Mystery Knight? Mystery Knight is the third book in the Duncan Egg series, the Hedge Knight series. It is a prequel series to A Game of Thrones, which takes place approximately 90 years prior to the first book of Game of Thrones. So Sir Duncan the Tall is this fella here. He is the main protagonist for the series. Like that, I made him do a little wrist lock. And he is the forebear of Brienne of Tarth, the Maid of Tarth, the Beauty of Tarth. Brienne from Game of Thrones, right? Do you use photos to help out work out difficult angles? Occasionally. Very rarely, though. I used to do it more so, but not so much anymore. Carl Hungus loves my work on Duncan Egg. Thank you very much. This is actually my favorite of the 3 books, because the first book I didn't ink. The first book I penciled, and then we hired Mike Crowell to ink it, and yeah, so I was sort of looking for someone, I don't know, to kind of give it a Frazetta-ish like flair, like really light, feathery brush strokes, and yeah, Mike did a great job in that respect. But come the second book, which was The Sworn Sword, I decided that I wanted to do all the work myself. But what I ended up doing, because at the time I was kind of experimenting with this, was I did like blue line breakdowns, and then I used a darker lead to do the finishes. And then then I hit thing, because I was doing like this dead line weight at the time, which is like a thicker line around characters that does not deviate. And so I would do that dead line weight with a pen, a marker, like a Copic, and then I'd adjust it all in Photoshop so that it looked digitally inked. But so I liked the way that looked. But on this one, I went full pencils, 2 inks. I think I used quill on 99% of this book. And so I like the way this one came out the best. Maybe also because I did it the most recently. I was working on this while I was doing Injustice. So yeah, I like this one came out the best out of everything I've done. Also, I got to take my time, right? Because I wasn't on a fast deadline with this one. So I could sit here and I could, do shadows on the brick and all that kind of fun stuff. Try to kind of do a little mildewy stuff here. If I drew, Paul says, if I drew a badass Lone Star, would it be okay to sell so I can back your book? Yeah, go for it. Do it. Do it. I'm not going to be one of those guys who's a hypocrite and doesn't want other people making money off of their artwork of my characters, because I do it all the time. So, with my blessings. I don't care. You can make prints of it. Just make sure you point them to my website at the top. Look at that chainmail. What detail? Yeah, these ones aren't even anything. This is just like people in soaking wet clothes and stuff. But yeah, this was fun stuff. Sir Duncan the Tall. Oh yeah, and then the other character, which isn't in these particular pages, is Egg, who's spoilers if you haven't read the first one. He's Aegon Targaryen, and he becomes a squire of Sir Dunk, who is a hedge knight, who technically never even took his vows to become a knight, but that's his one little pet lie, is that he tells people that he has so that he can be a knight and you know, fight in tourneys and essentially scrape by trying to make a living. Oh man, I didn't even clean this up. This little ink smudge there. Darn it. So here we are again. More Duncan. Well, more just Dunk. He's being told to get in the well by this fat slob here. Nasser, I honestly don't know what we would collaborate on. I'm not familiar with your stuff. Your one book is horror. I don't know what else you write. So yeah, I never say never, but I also never commit to anything without and that I can follow through, because I'm a yes means yes and no means no kind of guy, and so Jojo, don't come in here making noise, okay? Go. What? So I never commit to anything unless I am 100% positive that I can fulfill my commitment. Take him out. Go. And close the door, please. Please and thank you very much. Mike. Let's see. Paul Mobius. Oh, that was that again. Mike is a serious DC comic pro that has gone independent. He currently has an Indiegogo campaign promoting his latest project, Lone Star: Heart of the Hero. Yeah, if there's any other new guys in here, you can go down to the description and you can click my LoneStarComic.com link. It'll take you to my Indiegogo. There's a 10-page preview there. You can check it out. 7 of the pages are lettered. It's not necessarily final dialogue because I just wanted to get it up and out and on my Indiegogo ASAP. But I am going to go through, gosh, I'm going to try to take the time today because we really do want to, Edwin and I want to reshoot that scene and do like a little animated video that I can post up. So that would be really cool. I can write anything except comedy. Well, Nasser, I'm never going to say never, like I said, but I write my own stuff right now, including comedy. But you know, in the future, I am planning on building an entire universe. So just keep it up, but honestly, don't bug me about it until I'm at the point where I can support more than my book, right? What I'm never going to do, hopefully, is work for other people again. I really just want to work for myself. You really like the lettering? The lettering is done by Lamphere, a long-time professional comic book letterer. So, did I ever work with Eric Canetti? He's crazy good. He is crazy good. I have not worked with him directly, though. No, I would love at some point get him on one of the Blacklist titles. But like I said, right now I'm just building a foundation. At some point I will need other builders, other you know, bricklayers and plumbers and all required to build a great new universe. So there you go. There you go. And here's another one. So yeah, you might be looking at these pages out of order. I'm not 100% sure. Or at least the first one was last, or the last one was first, or something like that. Yeah, the last one was first, so this would be the last one before the first one. I was attempting to get him, but I couldn't afford his fee. Well, I'm hoping that we can continue to build this, and at some point I'll be able to afford, um, you know, anybody in the industry. Man, I'd love to get stinking Adam Hughes, or Frank Cho to draw a book for me. That would be just sick. But I know those guys are crazy expensive. But whatever. And at some point in time, there's going to come a time where this whole, Comicsgate is alt-right garbage just disappears into the ether, because it'll be so patently obvious that we've got every color under the sun, every belief under the sun doing these books just to do good comics, that issue will be passe. Only the farthest, most insane people will still believe it. And some of them always will, because that's how some people are incapable of thinking. So, aiming high. I always aim high. I aim high. I aim for the moon, that I might hit the mountaintop. Don't forget to click the like button. Yeah, please don't forget to click the like button. Oh, hey, here's another page. I thought that would have been the last one. Okay, here we go. Look at this hair. Look at the time I took drawing the hair. I mean, short cropped hair, right? It's like doing stubble all around his head. What kind of an in-person does this? And honestly, I don't even like what I did with this chainmail. This cheap to me. If you see some of the other chainmail I do, it's better. Da, 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 da. Do, do, do. But yeah, definitely go out, pick up the Hedge Knight, the Sworn Sword, and the Mystery Knight. It's a great series, written originally by George R.R. Martin, obviously writer and creator of Game of Thrones, and then adapted by Ben Avery, great talent, who I've worked with on several books. And then, yes, pencil and ink by me. And then this one was actually colored by the same colorist who did Injustice. I got him on board, Nanjan Jambari. So, who I am probably also going to be having color Lone Star. Lone Star. All right, let's grab some more Injustice pages. Year 5, I think I did. Year 5. Now let's see what I got. Let's do some earlier Lone Star. Lone Star year 2. I mean, not Lone Star. Injustice year 2. Year 2. Let's grab some of these. Year 2, 2, 2. Oops. Is that the wrong button? No. 2, 2, 14, 14, and then 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17. All right, let's just grab these. We'll go through these, and then I'll wrap it up. I don't want to be on here all day long. Oh, actually, let me check. Oh, I guess I can't do that while I'm on screen sharing. Let me stop screen sharing for a second. Oh, wait. Darn it, I showed these ones last night. No, I don't want to show that one. I think I showed that one. I might have showed these in the stream that I deleted. 14, 14. Yes. Okay. All right. I'll show those again. But hold on a second. Let me stop screen sharing for a second. Check my email to see if. No. Nope. He has not responded to me yet. All right. Back to screen sharing. It's the top of my head. Ah. Share. And yeah, let's go back and do those again. I think I did 17 already, but. All right, so you guys saw already. All right, everybody saw that one already? That was yesterday. I don't think I showed this one, except on that other screen. So here, this was fun. I did this all with Miskit. I think I explained that. How about a drawing of Lone Star fighting the human garbage that you made in that other stream? Yeah, that could be fun. Do like a quick drawing and then do a speed drawing of it after the fact. Have you found someone to color the Hitler punch poster? No. Nope. You burned yourself out on that hair. Had nothing left in the tank for the chainmail. Yeah, right. Right. Why can't Mitch, Ethan do variant covers for each other's books in the future? Yeah, we'll probably do that. That'd be great. That'd be fun. Just don't do any comedy shows with a weird haircut. I'll try to avoid it. It will get big enough that these weirdos will be irrelevant. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. There'll be this like squeaky little voice in the corner saying, don't buy that comic. Don't buy that comic. That black guy is a white nationalist. That gay guy is a homophobe. That's how they're gonna sound. SJW Comics will collapse. SJW is already moving on to Swarm, the next target. Maybe you should draw DNC's next haircut. Maybe he should just shave his head at this point and let it grow back out. You're your worst critic. Oh no, I've got critics worse than me. Oh yeah, that's the whoopsie. What am I doing here? I want my chat back. Their colors on your lines are perfection. Oh, you mean Nanjan? Yeah, he's really good. He's really good. I think I'm pushing a button on. Oh, that's what it is. Oops. Let me plug this phone in so the battery doesn't die while I'm using it. Click. Yeah, isn't it nice now I have this gooseneck? I can actually film me drawing on paper. I don't have to do everything on the computer. When will you be working on Lone Star pages? I will be working on Lone Star pages soon. I have a lot of other stuff to do. I do have a few pages pre-written, but they don't feature Lone Star, so they might be a little bit boring. It's kind of a B story thing I have going on. Let's see. I trust Mike to keep telling and directing the creation of good stories. I trust CB as far as Mike's 6-year-old can throw him. Spread the word on Lone Star to any comics friends you know in person. Let's help make Blacklist Universe huge. Yes, please. Thank you, Edwin. Edwin is commanding you all to do my work for me. DNC went on Jim Jeffries because he didn't know who he was, and nobody else knew who he was or didn't know about his SJW turn. You guys definitely need a media consultant. Yeah. No press is bad press. You know how it goes. All right, let's see. Let's get rid of that. Close this page. So here's Guy kind of like ratting out Hal Jordan, telling him how Hal's gone over to the dark side with Superman, and the Guardians kind of need to step in and help out. Hey Soilo, what have you missed? You've missed me almost spilling the beans on some Injustice 2 stuff that I did for the video game that I then did not. Don't type anything weird in there, please. Now you've derailed my train of thought. That was my son that wrote yeesh in the comment section. Yeah, but then reading their NDA, everyone's like, "Don't do it! Don't do it!" So I'm waiting for confirmation from Warner Brothers so that I can share it. Are the games good? Yeah, I mean they must be because they're. Oh, I just did get an email. Hold on a second. All right, we may get a comment. We may get an answer on this during the stream. But then if we do, I'll probably have to start a new stream just to focus on that. Remind me of the background on this. I remember the treatment, but was something you actually ran by WB or on your own? Sorry, it's been a while. Let me reply to all. I wrote the treatment for WB and the realm. They didn't use it at all. So, and with what they did do with Injustice 2, it means they can't use it. So I wanted to share it with fans. You know, Realms and Warner Brothers, and they loved it, but they didn't use it. So that's what it is, and I want to get it. I want to get it out to the public, just because I think it's such a great story. I hate to see it just rot in my shelf. Not that it's ever going to be done as a comic book or anything, because Injustice is already an Elseworld story. So doing an Elseworld story doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And so obviously it's never gonna be used. So, but it's a great story. I want to tell it, and I just need to make sure that I don't get into legal trouble for doing it. Like and sub. Let's get Mike monetized. Yes, I am actually in review for monetization. So please don't get on the internet, guys, because it's gonna lag my stream. All right. Are they PvP? Player versus player? Oh, Injustice? Yeah, yeah. They should just publish it. You know, it'd be rad if they did that story, like did the whole story as an alternate. Oh my gosh, I would almost be willing to, after I do Lone Star, be willing to go back to work for DC if they let me just do that as like maybe like a 12-issue maxi series, like a What If Injustice series. That would be sick. That would be sick, but I don't think they would. I mean, I can't even get covers from DC right now, so that was so popular. Yeah, Ed Boon is a huge troll. His Twitter is great. I don't know who Ed Boon is. Games are fun, and it's a great take on the DC universe. Yeah, it is. It is. All right, you guys done looking at this page and the giant head? I've never read Injustice, but I'd buy that. Thanks. Ed Boon is head of NetherRealm. I dealt with Adam Urbano. I don't know if Ed was ever involved. I'm not 100% sure. But what did you say about him? Ed Boon is. Can you please turn that down? Ed Boon is a huge troll. Oh. Ed Boon is a Midway guy who created Mortal Kombat. You know what? I'm not going to check now, but I should go check through my emails and see if he was. Oh, you know what? I think I remember Adam and Chris mentioning him. I do remember that, I think. And here's me not wanting to do any black, so I was just like cross-hatching all my dark areas. On his ripped up. I don't know how his costume can technically be ripped up since it's made in Lantern energy, but all right. Jim says he'll have to explore it further and get an answer probably from legal. I'm not going to read that right now, but that sounds like the gist of it. That'll be great. That'd be great. Then I could actually maybe promote it for a while before I read it. Ooh, you know what I could do? I could get my designs. I could ink up my designs and like get them colored, so that it'd be like a full on. Because I just sent them like these pencil designs. But I could do like a full-on awesome presentation of like what could have been. Injustice 2, what could have been. All right. I think this was on the stream that I deleted. But it wasn't this clear because I was on a different Like, oh man, am I locked up, or is it visible, or am I locked up? Let me check my phone here. Oh no, yeah, you can see it. Good. Current creative director of NetherRealm. Okay. Injustice 3. Well, the thing is that what they did with Injustice 2 makes it impossible for them to use my story for Injustice 3. I mean, unless they tweak the heck out of it, which, that'd be cool, but don't think that's going to happen. So here's Black Canary, Batwoman, and Huntress. Here we go. Something is amiss. Close that out. Now this is sad because, see, this says Cruz on it. This is my nephew, and he actually got into this. It was like a freak accident when I was drawing this book, and he passed away in the middle of this book. So I drew him into this page. Yeah. So that's what this issue reminds me of. Yeah. Rest in peace. Cruiser. He was a great kid. I loved him to death. Oh, bad wording, but yeah, you know what I mean. And here's that page I was talking about where I had initially drawn Batman just as Bruce Wayne because, like I said, he just had his back broken. He's in a wheelchair. What's he going to do? Why would he be wearing full clad armor sitting around in a wheelchair? But they said, fix it. So I fixed it. I put him in his armor. I ended up having to put his helmet on and everything. But I did that I think I did that in another version. Yeah, I'm trying to remember exactly how it went down. But yeah, so there he is, Oracle, and but he's in that bulky, uncomfortable armor in a wheelchair. Doesn't make sense to me, but I guess they like him in costume. And I think I showed this. I showed this too. Gosh, I'm having a hard time figuring out what I showed on the stream I deleted and what I showed in the stream from yesterday. Yeah, I think I showed them yesterday. So, all right, let's get rid of these. Let's get rid of these. These. Yeah, I was talking to everyone when I was showing these, so yeah, definitely. All right, stop screen sharing. I think that's probably good enough for today. Stop screen sharing. You should ask Paul Dini to write an issue of Lone Star. I don't even know Paul Dini. It's not like we know tomorrow. Hopefully I'll find out by tomorrow. Legal probably takes longer than this. It's already 2:48 on Friday. But hopefully maybe sometime next week I'll be able to tell you guys all about everything. Yeah, I go into screen sharing mode or the video